Shadows of history. Most people still don't fully realize how real and close climate change is, but the market does because it knows how to turn everything into money. Insurance companies are already abandoning certain regions entirely. Hedge funds are buying up water rights like gold. Energy giants are calling themselves saviors of the planet, and governments, they're not just fighting climate change, they're making massive profits from it. Because at some point, someone realized this isn't just a crisis, it's an opportunity, a trillion-dollar opportunity. Welcome to Shadows of History, where money, power, and history intersect. The same force that built empires for centuries now threatens to destroy them: energy. Coal lifted Britain to supremacy. Oil lifted America, and every empire collapsed when its fuel ran out or became too expensive. So when people say the climate crisis will change the economy, it's not an exaggeration. It already has. The difference is, this time, the crisis isn't a problem. It's a product. Smoke, storms, fear, all have become tradable commodities. The story didn't start with solar panels. It began in the 19th century with the Industrial Revolution, when coal became a currency. Back then, Britain produced more coal than the rest of the world combined, and every ton of coal was another symbol of its global power. But that power had a price. In 1896, Swedish chemist Svante Arrhenius calculated that coal was heating the planet. But no one cared. By the 20th century, climate change was no longer an environmental issue. It had become a business model. Oil replaced coal. From Rockefeller to OPEC, whoever controlled energy controlled wealth and politics. Then in the 1950s, Exxon scientists predicted global warming almost perfectly. But the company hid the information because who would announce their own product's death warrant? By the 1990s, governments had found a solution. Instead of punishing pollution, they priced it. The Kyoto Protocol didn't limit carbons. It created the first pollution market. Companies were given carbon credits, licenses to pollute. Those who polluted less sold, those who polluted more bought. The result? We didn't stop pollution. We just made it tradable. Today, that system is a trillion-dollar market, but most green projects exist only on paper. In reality, many forests were never planted. Some were already protected. So instead of saving the environment, we built a green casino. Then came the clean energy revolution. Investors rushed into wind, solar, electric vehicles. But like every gold rush, the winners weren't the miners, but the owners. Tesla became the new Standard Oil. The real product wasn't cars, it was the idea of a clean future. And once again, mining began, this time for lithium, cobalt, and nickel. The new energy revolution was built on the old system of exploitation. The winner? China. It now produces most of the rare earth elements, batteries, and solar panels. So if the oil of this century is minerals, that oil belongs to China. The financial world didn't stay behind either. It turned disasters into bonds, catastrophe bonds. In other words, people now bet on who wins or loses when a hurricane hits. Disaster itself has become an investment vehicle. The more crises, the more profit. Then came ESG, environmental, social, and governance investing. But it quickly became the new way to profit with ethics. Even oil giants made it onto ESG lists. Sustainability turned from a value into a label. Today, billions of dollars flow into green funds. But the money mostly goes to the same places, just with shinier packaging. Meanwhile, governments joined the game, too. The U.S. Inflation Reduction Act handed out hundreds of billions in incentives, but that was also a form of industrial policy. A new green race Europe presented carbon taxes as justice, but they also provided a commercial advantage. So everyone talks about the environment, but most are protecting their own interests. The climate crisis is no longer just an environmental issue, it's a new economic order. Who can get insurance, where people can buy homes, who attracts investment, all now depend on this new climate economy. And capitalism, as always, knows how to turn crises into opportunities. We once made nature the guarantee of growth. Now we're doing the same with its collapse. In short, markets no longer deny climate change. They feed on it. Because once capital believes in something, belief itself stops mattering. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes with profit. Once we traded tulips, then tea, then oil. Now humanity is trading its own survival. And the only thing stronger than collapse is the chance to profit from it.